guys, welcome back to New Dram Drinker. We hope you've had a great Christmas and an even better start to 2020.
We thought we would start the new year as many people do and in New Year's resolutions, but we thought we'd change it to Dramolutions, as you probably saw on the thumbnail. As just going to be all based around kind of whiskey and what we want to do with this channel and what we want to do ourselves regarding to whiskey and things like that. So we've done 5 each. So I'm going to let Nick go first with her big one. So what's your number one Dramolution?
So I did a bit of a reflection over like last year and thought about what I'd enjoyed and what I'd like to build on. So my very first one is probably not going to be much of a surprise. Glenmorangie. You know I have a soft spot for Glenmorangie, and we recently opened our Signet. And I've just had so many nice Glenmorangies, and actually at the moment the Signet is the only one we've got on the shelf because we finished our original and I just haven't replaced any of the others like La Santa and things like that. Yeah. So I'd like to replace more of those this year. They have a huge range. I'd like to try some of the older ones. I still have a bit of a penchant for the sweeter ones, the sherry casks and things like that. So that is my number one, Glenmorangie, a brand, not necessarily a specific whiskey. Yeah. I would like to have more of those on the shelf this year.
Okay, that's cool. My number one is, I'm a little bit of a collector at heart, and I've had to try and put that on hold because I wanted to experience a lot of different brands of whiskey. So as I did start at the very start wanting to collect one brand's whole collection, but I kind of had to curb that to try a lot of different whiskies because that's what you guys don't want to see me reviewing the same brand over and over again. So I think I just need to kind of
go back to
scratch that itch now. We've got enough bottles and a different type of ones that I think I can afford to go back to that now. So I've picked 2 brands that have really done it for me this year. Really, yeah. I can't say I've had a bad one from either of them. The 2 brands, and this is going to be number 1 and number 2 for me of my New Year's, Dramolutions, should we say? Compass Box, because that's just got everything that I want in a whiskey, to be honest. The labels, I love the branding, I love the boxes, I love the labels. Huge variety.
Yeah, they look good on the
I love the ethos of the company, how open they are to let you know what's in it, what they've done, things like that on the website and things like that.
They have a good reputation.
And they've got a good reputation, and I'm a sucker for a bit of a nice artwork and a box. So Compass Box is definitely going to be one of those. I'm going to try and get as many of their range as I can afford, to be honest. And the other one is Douglas Lang, because again I've had a good few of those and haven't had a bad one. It's been awesome. So I mean, we've got
they're a bit fun, aren't they?
Yeah, the same again, labelling, branding. Now I'll try a few different things. It's a bit of fun as well. So yeah, I think we'll definitely go for Douglas Lang and Compass Box as our 2 kind of collector's editions for next year, or this year now, I suppose, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah. So what's your number 2?
So my number 2 is a type of whiskey. So it's Irish. I started with Irish whiskey in cocktails. That's how I started nearly a year ago. And I feel like I moved on really fast to like single malts and things like that and blended. I'd like to go back to Irish and really explore maybe some of the less entry levels, but next level. We did a tasting about a few months ago, and I tried Red Spot. So I've had Green Spot and I tried Red Spot, and it just made me remember how much I really enjoyed Irish whiskies at the beginning.
They're one of the first ones, weren't they?
Yeah,
for me. They just
eased me in.
Upped our knowledge in Irish and kind of upped our interest in it as well, wasn't it? It was really good.
And I started off with the easy ones, Jameson's, Tullamore Dew, moved on to Glendalough and then Green Spot. And, there were some really, really lovely ones, and I would like to go back, a bit like you, and scratch that itch, because I feel like there's a whole area out there that is untapped for me. Yeah.
I think we kind of, wasn't a trap that we fell into, but you just want to get as many different brands to try them and kind of, our thing has been to evolve our palates, and you always think that just getting the same brand over and over again isn't going to do that, even though there can be a vast array of different flavours within that brand, that you still feel the need to go to other brands.
I just think, definitely. And I think we moved on to Scotch whisky really quickly. And I just, when I was thinking about this, doing my reflecting of where I started, that was the one thing that I felt really helped me, really eased me in Irish whiskey. And I thought, and I haven't had an Irish for a long time. So that is my, I want to expand on where I started from.
Yeah, cool. My number 3 is actually meeting up with more of you guys we've met up with a few now, haven't we, since the channel started, a few of you guys, and we've had amazing times, and it's been awesome meeting you. And every time we've met some of you, it's made us want to do it even more. And I know it's a little bit hard because we are all kind of stretched across the country and the world, I suppose, as well. But anything we can do to try and meet up with people this year, we're going to try and do, aren't we? Try and get out to a few more of the festivals and things like that we've kind of missed last year because we were too busy and things. So we're going to try and get out to those and just meet more of you. I mean, we really did enjoy it, don't we? So it's just, that's my number 3. What's yours?
So my number 3 is a brand again, Balvenie. I have enjoyed drinking Balvenie this year. I haven't got a bottle on the shelf at the moment because we finished them. I love the double wood. I even enjoyed the Caribbean cask when I tried to dip my toe into rum, but it wasn't really my thing. Again, they have got such a huge catalogue. I really like learning about, I think, one type of whiskey and the history and, you know, like the distilleries, and I enjoy that. I find it really tricky when I go to meet people and they say, oh, if you like this, you should try this one. I had a lovely one and it tasted like this and da da da. And I think, how do you remember all of that? And I think obviously people have been drinking whiskey longer than I have. But I love that they can say, oh, the 12's like this, but the 18's like this. Oh, but the 21, you know, and I love that you know the difference. And I feel like I don't do that because we have one bottle and then I have another bottle and then da 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 da. And I'd almost like to do a comparison maybe of a few years, just to get my head around, to get it really sort of solid in my memory.
That's one of the things, isn't it? Because our kind of goal was to evolve our palates.
Yeah.
We didn't really think about evolving our knowledge of what we were drinking as such. It was kind of, that was, you buy the bottle of whiskey, you kind of read what's on the label, and then you drink it, you like it or you don't like it, and it goes on the shelf. It was... But then you talk to people and there's such a vast wealth of knowledge, and you sit there sometimes, you're just like, how do you retain the knowledge that you've got of, you know, of all the different brands and all the different people who own the brands, run the brands, like the distillers themselves, it's like the master distillers' names. Sometimes I'm sat there thinking, wow, this is like next level kind of knowledge that I hadn't even thought about trying to learn yet. So, and I think that has been one of the big realisations of doing the channel, that talking to other channels and things like that, and you do kind of realise that it's such a journey. The journey we thought we were on is so much more advanced than we thought, you know, and there's so much more to learn, isn't there? So I think that, I agree with you, that definitely. I'm going to pick it back onto yours and just jump on the bandwagon and say, that was a good one, very good one. My number 4 is, I think I've talked about it before, we want to go out and visit more distilleries this year. There's a few more local ones for our doorstep distillery visits that we want to do again. So I think we'll do those.
And some of the old ones, some of the ones we did this year actually have progressed, and some of them are moving, you know, venues and things like that. So they're already... It would be good to go back maybe as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you say, the Forest, I know they've bought new premises now that they're doing up.
Bimber
were talking about moving to bigger premises, but they'll have other bottles coming out this year as well anyway, I'd imagine. So there's lots of things, even with the ones we've done before, we can revisit and kind of do updates on things like that. But we kind of want to get out a little bit more, maybe Ireland or Scotland at some point, and try and visit a few of the more kind of well-known
but
brands.
Interesting at the same thing.
But then it's up to us to try and film that and present it to you in a way that's interesting, because you've probably watched tens of dozens of videos or even been there yourselves that you don't really feel the need to watch another video. So we'll try and wrap that up in the new Dram drink a kind of fun way and make it enjoyable for you to watch. That was my number 4.
Okay, so my number 4 kind of builds on my number 3. I would like, cast your mind back, ages ago we went to London and we did a bit of a Twitter thing where we said, give us some recommendations. So that was so much fun. That literally was the most fun, having this huge list of whiskies that we'd never tried, never tasted, some of them we'd never even heard of, going to the shop and picking the brains of the people behind the counter type thing. I've still got the list. But I really enjoyed when people commented, they were saying, oh, I love this because I had this here, or I bought this for my son's wedding, or da 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 da. you know, if you've watched any of my tastings, I have this whole, you know, I love the setting the scene, it evokes memories in me. I would like to experience more of people's experiences. I'd like you to tell me what your favourite whiskies are and why you like them. Why should I try them? I almost feel like I want to have a collection of stories.
Yeah, we kind of like, everybody likes whiskies for different reasons, whether it's taste, nosing, or that, like you said, that next level of it reminds them of the place they were at when they drank it, and the whiskey is more than just the whiskey. It's the place they were. It's the feelings they were having. And I think a lot of people will have that connection. Most people probably.
And it doesn't matter what whiskey is, you know, whether it's the most expensive, whether it's because, you know, the whole environment and company can change an evening, you know, and I would just like to have a bit more. I'd like to collect those stories almost and experience it through somebody else's
learning
memories.
more about you guys who are watching your experiences with it, and comment on the videos if you want to, as long as you want. Make it a story in the comments if you can. Do the maximum characters if there is maximum characters. But we love reading them, so when I click on a comment and it's like read more and there's loads, I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. I love the longer comments and the bit more fleshed out.
We're just interested in who's drinking whiskey, what whiskey you're drinking, when do you drink it, how do you like to drink it. And who's drinking it with us, virtually, if you know what I mean. So it's good fun. My number 5, it's kind of piggybacking onto the distilleries and how we present them to you in videos, but it's just keeping the channel fresh for everybody really, and myself. You know, editing it and like having the new graphics and keeping it interesting for you while you're watching it. And we've got a few ideas about ways that we want to present our whiskey reviews in a bit more in-depth way. Maybe we want to kind of review the whiskey over the week before we present the video to you, so it's a bit more of an in-depth nose, and it gives us time to get our notes and things a little bit more kind of down on paper. We're quite aware sometimes we don't have the vocabulary or we don't have the experience to talk in depth, and sometimes we feel like it's a bit hurried and then I'm grasping for words and you're not quite sure.
And we tend to use the same words as well, don't you? So it's kind of, we want to be able to maybe think, oh, that tastes sweet, but then rather than sit there in silence on video, actually be able to just think about it during the week, try it again and again, and just pick out what that is.
Amazing chats where we've sat in our bar, not on camera, literally just like free flow chatting, drinking the same whiskey, which we don't always do. And just the whole conversation that comes out of drinking a whiskey over an evening, you know, like really slowing down, and we almost want to incorporate that, don't we?
Yeah. So we've got a few ideas.
How to evolve
us, evolve the channel, involve you guys more as well. I've spoken to a few people already about it and they seem up for it. So that will come out. Keep your eye on your email boxes and your social media inboxes and things like that, and I might send you an email asking you if you want to be involved. So that would be my 5, and it's just enjoy whiskey again really through the year. Just kind of keep the ball rolling with our whiskey journey and the channel, and you guys following us along if that's what you want to do. I think that's it, isn't it? So
number 5?
Have you not done number 5 yet? Okay, sorry. What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is I would like to do more whiskey tastings. Again, similar to the whole story thing. I really enjoy when I've done whiskey tastings, you know, you're learning about one brand, one distillery or one type of whiskey. I love the in-depth stories. And I was, again, when I was reflecting, I was thinking about, we did a Nika one. And, you know, the gentleman told us all about the distilleries, all about the history of how it got started. Then we tried a whole range of Nika whiskies. And even though I can't remember the names of all of them, I could tell you which ones I liked and which ones I didn't like. So I liked that whole... I felt like I have a bit of a connection with that brand. Yeah. That's me just enjoying the stories and where it came from. And that's so I'd really like to do more whiskey tastings. A variety. It doesn't have to just be one brand. It could be a country or a type or a rebottling or whatever. So the ones we've done so far have been real fun, and you get to hang out with other people, you know. You do get to meet lots of people, and sometimes we see the same faces now, so it's not as daunting. Sometimes there's even more than one woman there.
And I think sometimes it's like, even though you've got so many people online and there's so many channels and it seems like there's millions of whiskey lovers, which obviously there is, sometimes you might not have any around by you.
Absolutely.
So it's like, you, even though it's a massive community, in your social circle, it can be very small and kind of cut off. Yeah. So I think all these groups that you can go to, that we've been welcomed to this year.
That's how we grow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just nice to know that there are other people there. And who knows, eventually we may start a group ourselves in Solihull, which would be our local one then. But yeah, it's just nice. It can feel very cut off sometimes, an insular kind of interest, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's nice to get out there and meet other people.
It is nice. So, it's just so that's my number 5.
So yeah, so that's it. Just want to say again, we hope you have a fantastic 2020. Yeah. Thank you for supporting the channel in 2019. It means the world to us. We got to the 250 goal, which is what we wanted to do. So thank you. And we hope you continue to watch the channel and enjoy it and see it evolve even more. So yeah, and what do we always say at the end of our videos? We haven't even got a drink.
Pour it, drink it, enjoy it.
Pour it, drink it, enjoy it.
Thank
see
you.
See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.